Come on. Let it play out. We aren't getting popped for this.
I don't know, man. Paul Bearer's on Nuclear Blast. We might get popped. And this is new.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be why we wouldn't get popped.
Right.
Robots haven't had a chance
They
to
haven't
learn.
had a chance. Robots have not had a chance to come out and try to kick our ass this week. Besides that, it is brand new. That thing dropped like 7 hours ago.
Didn't think we were going to. I mean, the album comes out in October.
Yeah.
How much of the album are they going to put out before the album itself?
What is industry standards? What, like 2?
At the most, I would say. I mean, shit. If fucking
Tool put out 2.
Yeah, and that was like over half of the music on there almost, like the legit music.
Well,
there
see,
are 5 songs.
But one of them is fucking like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, they didn't put it was, what was it? Because
It was,
Invincible and Descending were already kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then Fear Inoculum
It
came
was
out.
Fear Inoculum. And wasn't Invincible one descending? God damn it. It wasn't Culling Voices.
Had to be Numa then.
It was Numa. It was.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right. Anyway,
Jame.
Paul Bear going to have 23rd of October is going to be Forgotten Days. That's the record name. Rite of Passage, the name of the track that dropped today. Kind of funny, the Ruben Gonzalez update, as we always do every week. Now, that dude, man, that guy has his finger on a pulse of some shit. 'Cause, I mean, I keep track of this, of the stuff we like. That dude hit me with one, blindsided me with one I wasn't even aware of that dropped today, and that was Spirit Adrift. Boys out of Arizona.
Yeah, I follow them cocksuckers on Facebook, and I didn't even know about it. That just shows my usage of Facebook.
You're going to say your youthful,
My youthful exuberance.
incongruencies. Got it this time around for the second time. See, now it's like heading into Chevy Chase territory here on the Mead Metal MMA podcast. We got Krista with us again. Hello. How are you this time?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're all right, burning through a Friday. Second Friday
Straight
in
fire.
a row. We did one last week. Now it's starting to feel like a job again.
Is that
I know.
abnormal?
It's my fault. It's my fault.
Well, there's a pay-per-view tomorrow.
Yeah, that's kind of why I felt like we had to.
And I don't
Let's make
know.
a pay-per-view tomorrow.
And there's no way in hell that we're doing 1-2 weeks from today. That's S&M 2 release day.
Yeah, we'll be busy.
I mean, it might be a while before we come back. I mean, unless you're wanting to do one right before that, but
I don't know. Let's take it like a bad relationship you kind of don't want to leave yet. Let's just take it on a day-by-day basis. See how
Like
we feel
bad.
when we wake
Not-
up tomorrow.
not throw
you
their
know?
clothes on the porch and pee on them bad.
Yeah, right. Just a little,
It's a little, I'm just going to look at you with fucking daggers in my eyes.
You're on
right?
top secret probation right now.
Double secret probation.
We know that's bad.
But yeah, so Ruben pointed out, Spirit Adrift had a new drop today, which is cool. Paul Bear, I knew that they'd had that one that dropped today. 2 weeks, S&M 2, so Metallica and that symphonic orchestra is going to have that concert drop again that they recorded last September.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Got to be getting close to Deftones with their new one because they went all black on everything today. Their Facebook page, they updated their stories with just a black circle. Their cover photo's black. Their profile photo's black. Fucking humans are dumb, by the way. Dude's like, hey, about time to get on the bandwagon, huh? It's not, people like, no, Google Deftones and Black Stallion. That's the next one coming up. It's like I don't think you wait till August to try to make your voice
Apparently,
heard.
nothing can be apolitical. Like,
Yeah,
really.
it's like no, they're just going they're blacking out, just letting you know
Yeah.
things are something big is getting ready to get announced.
Because that was the first thing I said when you told me, but I was joking.
Yeah, no, this one asshole was quite serious.
Oh, man.
And I bet he broadcasted it for the entire internet to see.
Had to.
People are what's the word I'm looking for? Retarded, right?
Yeah.
That's
Can
the
you-
politically
can-
correct one.
can you-
No.
I don't know if you can use that word anymore.
Oh, okay.
You could say.
They're lacking a chromosome. That's the.
Okay. Wow.
Now, see, if
the
people-
hole is
if-
getting deeper.
If people started saying that, retard be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how about we bring back the R word then? You never know what kind of landmine you're going to walk into. I'm sorry, Krista.
Now, if people had to choose, like if we had to drop a word that we tend to enjoy using from the program forever.
I know what the response from other people would be.
What do you think the word would be?
There are some females who don't like us using the word cunt all the time.
I understand that.
What's wrong
but-
with cunt?
Exactly.
Actually, I know a lot of women who
Yeah,
hate the word cunt.
they
I don't
hate
know
it.
why I'm playing
Yeah,
coy.
that's not the problem. I understand what the problem is.
Oh,
I appreciate it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop using it.
it's
Right.
a fun word.
It's like, it's a funny word, you
it
cunts.
feels weird. It feels good. Kind of like saying fuck. It
In
has the
Australia,
same
it's a
emphasis.
term of endearment.
Yes, it's
Right?
Maybe we need to move to Australia. No, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah,
Bad idea.
Fuck, that place is Australia or Arkansas with a beach.
Backtrack.
It's like, are you sure?
But they
It
have
has all
adorable
the worst-
accents
it has
over
all
there.
The worst things in the world, like the deadliest spiders and the deadliest. I don't know.
And worse, Australians.
I kind of like Australians.
I used to until I started drinking with them.
Oh,
I think I'd rather enjoy living with the Aboriginal folk instead of the Australian locals.
The fucking women down there are huge, man. When we hit
Stock
port,
it.
when we hit port, no, I'm talking tall. I felt like I was among giants. Like shortest chick, I was like 6 foot.
We talking like Brienne of Tarth kind of thing?
yeah,
holy
huge.
shit! That's
Wow.
awesome.
Now I don't know if that was some shit just because Melbourne's a port city. I don't know.
Well, it's an interesting mixture of DNA, if you think about it. There's a lot of different cultures and different things going on in Australia.
Criminal stock.
Yeah. Well, that's primarily from that. I like to think they've weeded out the majority of that aspect.
They all know
from
how to
it.
carve a gun out of a bar of soap. It's
A lethal weapon out of a sanitary device. All right.
yeah, I know. Most poisonous spiders, most poisonous snakes, most fuck. What else? I mean,
Like dangerous fish, like dangerous sharks.
if it's bad, they got it.
jellyfish
Men
that
at
are
work.
super poisonous.
Men at work, right?
Colin Hay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They even sang the song "Do You Come from the Land Down Under."
Oh,
I was gonna-
That's right. I was like, why do I know them?
Yeah.
I was going to say Steve
Sorry,
Irwin, but
showing my
nature kind of
age.
took him off the list.
Nature
for us.
did remove him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And marriage removed Bindi. So
We're on fire. See, we could technically stop now.
yeah. Now let's call it a day.
Good. Sorry, LJ. We'll see you guys next week, bud.
It's Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast get together. What the fuck we feel like it, I guess, lately. Talk about those three items right there: Mead, Metal, and MMA, and apparently weather occasionally. We're getting a lot of thunder out
Odin
there.
is pleased.
It's all right. I was waiting around to see if we're going to get any rain today because we've been getting fucked with nothing but high heat. Usually we say high heat, I think you're talking baseball and you're talking about pitchers. No. We're talking about our weather lately.
Hadn't been fun. Went back to not being fun.
I don't like being uncomfortable. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
There's that awkward silence. Everybody just listening to the fucking thunder.
Waiting for you to bring something to the table. That's what I'm doing.
Well, see, here's my opinion on the thunder, right? It's loud. Your dog hates it. Fucking barks at it every chance it gets when he's outside.
Yeah.
Shocked he's not losing his mind right now.
Well, he does seem to think that he can stand up to it. So
Every dog can. I'll beat the shit out of that sound till it dies of submission.
I guess it begs the question, so how's your week this week? I know last week it was trying times involving ice machines and such.
Yeah, well, now that it's worked for 4 days, I can't go back to the well with that one.
Yeah.
It's tough when you take the ice away from all the hard workers on a hot day.
Yeah. Brandon punishing the workers, so.
They
I know,
fucked
you're a
me.
mean man.
They fucked me first. I don't fuck first. I fuck
fuck on
last.
me.
I fuck last. Because that's it after that. There was no disrespect this week. So that, they had their ice. It's a weird thing, though. We haven't had a single solitary fucking room available at all.
Oh, so it's just busy.
All people of industry coming down to Portales to get work done, and they're staying for fucking months. If I had to do breakfast, I'd probably quit.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you serve breakfast for 80 fucking people?
But how are you at max capacity when our governor specifically said,
Oh, they're all essential, sir.
oh,
See, your percentage of occupancy only reflects non-essential people. Now, how do you go about figuring that? Well, when you look at our parking lot, 80% of the vehicles have a fucking logo on the side of them.
Yeah.
20% of our people are non-essential, and we're below 50, which is where we need to be.
so basically the one calling all the shots in Santa Fe, she's basically saying the tourism industry is pretty much non-essential.
The tourism industry is alive and well as long as you're fucking a wind farm worker, a construction guy.
Okay.
Then you still get to see beautiful New Mexico without having to quarantine for 2 weeks.
My friends in Texas, come on over. Make
They
sure you
already
got a work contract, and then you just go do what you got to do.
That's why fucking Hobbs is skyrocketed, man.
Yeah. No, Hobbs is crazy. They surpassed Bernalillo County in the number of positive cases a couple of days ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know
day.
that.
It was a one-day spike.
I haven't, honestly, I've kind of disconnected because things are a little outlandish.
Man, the more you can avoid shit right now, the better off you're going to be for your
Yeah.
own mental
Oh,
health.
yeah.
I lost a friend on Facebook today over some nonsense.
I mean,
so.
unfortunately,
pandemic's
these are
even
the
killing
times that we're
friendships.
in. Yeah, can't compromise or can't find common ground, and so you're like, well, I'm gonna unfriend you for your political view.
No, I called her out on some shit because
okay, that's
for
fair.
Hypocrisy. So
I
that's
like
okay.
calling people out for hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It makes me giggle.
I just like talking shit.
Yeah, same.
Well, there's that. Yeah, I got myself down to like Adam weight now. I'm like a buck 05, 105 friends on Facebook.
Dang, good
I was
for you.
I was knocking on the door of 500 like 2 years ago.
I keep pushing towards 300, and I keep trying to
Yeah,
pull it. It's just too much.
I started finding that when there are people that have done me zero favors, but I for some reason think of them still in a positive way. I have to reassess that, and I did that to get myself down to where I'm at.
Right.
I had to go through and go, what is your value to me?
What
Instead
do you
of the
bring
other
to
way.
the fucking table?
There were some people that have been pissing me off for years, and I finally decided the other day I was just going to pull the trigger and get rid of them. Hit the old eject button.
I think I'm going to hit a point where it's just going to be like you guys, Ruben, and a couple famous people, and that's it.
So I'm the one who's blowing up your feed then.
Well, you're fucking
I'm
entertaining.
the SJW. I forget to remind people when they add me as a friend that I try not to be too crazy, but I post at least one thing a day usually.
And it's either knowledgeable or you're like, dragging someone's dick through the dirt. It's great. I love it.
I post, I can guarantee I'll post one instrumental piece of surf music once every Friday.
Yes,
So
I
find that beneficial to my day.
I'm up to like 27, 28.
That's so fun.
No.
Like, what a fun little
It was like
thing to
31
do.
when I sent you the playlist the other day. So I'm doing that all for 2020. So if it's my fault, I guess. But I'm already trying to formulate what am I going to do for Fridays in 2021. I might go grunge. Ooh. Now it's going to be a hell of a lot of repeat artists.
But it'll be a
'cause,
hell of a lot to throw down on there.
Yeah, 52 tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you hammer that out. You
Yeah.
can diversify your bonds pretty easily with that.
Who falls under grunge? But I like obviously Nirvana.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden.
Does
Alice in
Jane's
Chains.
Or are they considered
alternative?
not?
I think
See,
they're
I thought so
alternative.
too.
Yeah.
And then like Red Hot Chili Peppers are also alternative.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. See,
Alice
I
in
always
Chains,
get
grunge.
I always get kind of confused.
Alice in Chains, Mudhoney.
Blind Melon.
They're a weird one because
Like a
everybody
Blind Melon, really?
they get classified. They get thrown in there all the time.
But are they?
But you listen to it, it's like, man, this is just rock.
No,
but
yeah, nothing about it feels grungy.
That fucking that song with the music video of them in the car.
yeah, Galaxy.
While it doesn't have the distortion behind it, that's a fucking grunge song through and through.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of spotty. But then again, I mean, look at the band. Shannon, who didn't want to be classified by anything.
neither did Kurt Cobain, and look what they both did to themselves.
Yay.
I have a funny feeling Shannon Hoon went out with a smile on his face. I don't think so with Kurt. When it involves a shotgun and you're married to Courtney Love, probably not a lot of smiles.
Yeah.
Oh, a gargle of Remington over here.
Just make sure you get your whole head in front of that shotgun. You don't want to just come out looking like it grazed the pavement going 90.
Yeah.
Man, y'all.
We.
Too soon. I mean, I know it's been like 20 years.
Oh, long
I was going to say, are you
30
fucking kidding me?
years.
27 years?
Yeah, we're going on 30.
So when's it cool to talk shit about Jim Morrison? When's that
I don't
okay?
know. I think for me, it's just the association. My teenagers are very closely associated with Kurt Cobain. So I have
okay.
a soft spot in my heart for.
So it doesn't bother you then, like if we're talking about like U.S. currency, like coins, all the coins all point left except Lincoln, who the penny it points right. But I guess if you've been shot in the back of the head before, you're going to be a little on your toes, right?
I feel like I've heard that before. Did you just make that up?
I don't know. Probably.
Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know.
Lincoln is problematic, so you can say whatever you
And he
want.
didn't kill himself. He was shot by a man.
He was shot by a racist.
Sucks. Yeah.
It was apparently a horrible enough shot where he had to really get right up in there.
Well, a racist and an actor, which really,
Yeah, it was-
that's most of Hollywood now. So, I mean, John Wilkes Booth would be pretty mainstream.
Shit, he might be right up there with Vin Diesel.
Is he a little wacky?
I've always perceived him to be, but that's just my opinion. I have no evidence to back it up.
I don't know. Ever since he said, "I'm going to outlive Paul Walker," I thought, well, that's a real mantra to live by, isn't it?
Then a week later, it's like, hey, hold on a second.
I don't think he actually said that. That's just.
Okay, I was like, what in the actual fuck is going on?
Totally criminalized and
I was
fucking
like,
destroyed
what
his life.
Bullshit website have you been on? And do we really
The
have
Onion.
to have this conversation?
I think it was on Snopes.
God. Oh
They said,
my
Snopes
God.
said it was true. I just Snopesed it. It's true.
I think I might have misspelled Snopes because it took me right to Adam and Eve.
It says Paul Walker died because he was going to reveal the pedophile celebrity ring.
Oh, of course.
That's
Of
why he
course.
died.
Oh,
There it is.
Yeah.
certainly.
And it's true.
And it all
I just
makes
Snopesed it. It's
sense.
true.
All answers.
I like the way that the people in power are trivializing it and making fun of it, so that way it'll move right on out. Because I happen to know a former governor that sold a fucking huge ranch to Jeffrey Epstein in this state. Epstein of the Epstein Bears. Oh no, it's Berenstain. That's right.
Yeah,
the Epstein
that's
Bears.
a weird thing. It's that whole like butterfly effect thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you remember Steen, but it's Stain.
No, Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Thank you. Yeah, butterfly effect. That was a movie
I
of
always
Ashton
called it
Kutcher.
the wrong one, and I still to this day pronounce it incorrectly. 'Cause I said
Butterfly
Berenstein.
effect would be like, I don't know. So like life is all good and everything else. I spit off the top of a ledge. I hit somebody down below in the head. They get pissed off about it. And they get so angry they go in and smack their old lady around. And then she has a bad day and goes out and chugs down a bottle of gin, runs over a bunch of kids in a crosswalk. And all this shit because of you spitting off the ledge.
It's also the concept that going back in time and changing things has larger effects than you can possibly perceive. So it's very dangerous. In fact, it's Ray Bradbury's story. I don't remember the name, but that's where the term butterfly effect came from.
Yeah, well, by the same name of the I think that was the name of the book.
I'm thinking of a short story he wrote. And basically, it's about time travelers that go back and they happen to accidentally crush a butterfly. And when they go back, like everything's changed. And
Right.
it's just that they, just that one thing.
Well, and an even closer rendition of all of this is the classic movie. I don't think it won an Oscar, but it's called Hot Tub Time Machine. And it's the same thing. They go back and they vomit all over a squirrel, and thereby changing, all the history. So,
Sound of Thunder.
Thank you. Yes. I just recently looked it up. That's why I was so mad that I couldn't remember the name. Because they go back to the time of dinosaurs, so they hear the sound of thunder.
1952.
I love Ray
not bad.
Bradbury. He has a soft... Again, another guy that he's dark. I
Yeah.
like
Oh,
dark
yeah.
authors.
Shit, he just read No, that wasn't Bradbury, though. Starship Troopers, another cat that...
Oh, that was Hubert.
No. That's all right. I don't want to go down this path.
Now it's on.
Sorry.
No, it's good. There was a movie of and it was from the 1980s, I think. And it's
Heinlein.
Robert Heinlein. Yeah.
Heinlein.
There's an aircraft carrier, and they get caught in some weird tsunami or something like that, and they find themselves in the Pacific in 1944.
Yeah.
And,
I love time loop movies like
yeah,
that.
and
I
it's like,
enjoy
cool,
it.
let's start just whacking the Japanese like it's our job. Well, it was because kind of their job. But
Right.
but then it turns out it's like, wait a minute, these people probably didn't actually die in World War II, and we're changing history now. So.
Right. Exactly.
Don't remember the name. I don't really want to. It's fine.
Right.
But it was the Enterprise, the biggest aircraft carrier at the time.
Yeah, that's
My favorite time travel movie's got to be Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, I'm very
Right.
excited about the sequel.
Changed
am
my
I.
opinion on Napoleon a lot. Yeah.
Dude loves water slides, bro. Water slides and ice cream. Don't we all?
I only saw it once or twice as a kid, so I'm gonna definitely have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't just keep in mind you don't have to watch the second one because it's terrible.
Fuck off, man. That is
Yeah,
it.
we
You are
don't know.
so full of
Hey.
shit, pal.
Look, I even watched.
Oh no, we don't.
this-
We do not.
I mean, are you guys Star Wars fans? Big-ish.
I was for the
Was?
first 3 or
Okay.
so.
So I still go and watch the new ones, even though I really don't care for them, because I go with the perspective of my first time I ever watched a Star Wars movie when I was 7. So if I think of it that way and just look at it in a joyful, new experience and don't dissect it, then I'm fine.
Right.
The dissection is the problem. So if I just don't do that.
That's a hard thing to turn off.
Yes, it really is. No, you're 100%
Oh, no,
correct.
absolutely. See, I remember when I went and saw Return of the Jedi, my brother that took me, we snuck a couple of beers in. So, which clearly is like frowned upon.
Man,
They would have been
drinking-
extra mad because I
I
think.
always snuck like little shooters in.
But see, I was like 14,
Okay,
15.
I wasn't quite
So,
that
yeah.
young when I was doing
Drinking
that.
beer at a movie, I just don't get it.
It's very European.
Yeah, but I also would like to drink a lot of beers at a movie, and then I have to go pish.
I don't
Right.
know. I have wine. I'm
Alamo
a drinker,
Draft.
though. I'm just like,
I've not been to Alamo Draft House. I don't have a desire. So before any of you start like trying to throw me tickets, I can't get my head around that because you know me. Once the seal's broken, I'm up every 20 minutes because I start going on a 1-to-1 basis then.
Okay.
Yeah, like in Lubbock, when I went to go see Through to Never with Ruben and the weird girl that we went with that wanted to go to the gay bar after the movie.
Miley Cyrus?
No,
Okay.
no, shorter and fatter and browner.
Okay.
We'd partied at the mall because I guess that's what you do. And Ruben wanted to like impress this gal, so the gal brought liquor, and Ruben's like, I can't drink. I'm driving, I'm a responsible man. I'm like, cool.
That gets you all the tail when you're really young.
And I just, this was like 4 years ago. Wait, no, whenever Through the Never came out. No, I was super duper fat, so this had to be like 2012. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But by the time we got to the movie and the concert, I mean, it's in 3D, it's kick-ass, the sound's great. 20 minutes in, it's like, I gotta go piss. And the toilets couldn't be further away.
Right.
So I think I missed the entire rendition of Fuel, which sucked. Get back 20 more minutes, like, I gotta go again.
1 for 1, man. It's
no fun.
a curse. Break
Nope.
the seal, go 1 for 1.
No drinking at the movie theater.
Because I figured out, I think my bladder is right at about 16 ounces. I sucked down a tall boy. It's time to get rid of a tall boy.
I'm going to start bringing non-biodegradable containers
see.
to these shows, loading them up, and then just flinging them behind my shoulder.
I was fine. I did 2 glasses of wine at the last Star Wars movie and sat the whole time. I think I was a little uncomfortable by the end, but
2 glasses of wine? How big were they?
just like, airport.
Like 8 ounces?
Yeah, I would say they're about maybe 5, like they're supposed to be. They were just the little short glasses, kind of filled up, almost airplane style.
I pride myself after 6 tall boys. That's when the first pinch happens. Like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah. Right.
it's getting to be time.
So
Yeah, it could be. So maybe 70 ounces, but then you're just kind of topping off all the time.
Yeah, you're just waiting for when it's done. You know what you're going to be doing for the next 2.5 hours tops.
So when did that last Star Wars movie come out?
oh gosh,
That was like a year and a half?
I feel like it was not this last December, but the December before that, or
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right.
Ish like that.
I think because I know
Yeah.
when the day it was released, I probably drank like 20 beers and smoked a couple J's. Oh, and I didn't go see it, by the way.
And that's okay. I don't
not-
know. I know. I get it.
Ever since the
I
Disney,
respect it.
the
I
Disney
respect-
thing made me really
No,
angry.
and I get it. I know a lot of people that are very purist, and I respect that you're a purist, feel that way.
I'm not really so much a purist as much of a pain in the ass. I just
I-
fight authority. And it's like, oh, the mouse just bought the mouse. It's the same thing. I mean, the irony is that we like to watch UFC shit around here, and then they did that big deal with ESPN, which is owned by the
Corporate.
mouse.
It does suck. It does suck when everything is corporatized. I actually get that
Yeah, God.
because
Well,
I'm pretty anti-establishment myself. So
well,
I
and on top of that, and
understand.
then even before that, then George Lucas was trying to rewrite his own fucking stories. It's like,
Well,
dude,
that's
you're
what
killing me.
bothers me. Yeah, you can't do that. Just leave it. It's just like when J.K. Rowling does that shit. Like, she's just like, oh, but by the way, and I'm just like, you can't just keep rewriting your story.
Well, you were born at a time where you go see them shits in the theater.
Yep.
Back in the 70s.
that's so
I can
fucking
understand how protective certain people born in
Hell
that
yeah.
time would be of it.
I like the original versions. All the weird scenes with the new Jabba and all the shit. It was just very bizarre. It doesn't fit.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like going back and recreating your
Right.
shit, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
That's why I'm opposed to the whole Phil Anselmo thing about wanting to put out some new Pantera shit. And it's like, dude, the Abbott brothers are gone, man. That's the
there
only
is no
things that
new
made that
Pantera
band
shit.
worth it, you know?
There is no new Pantera shit.
Well, Phil was talking about doing some kind of shit, wasn't it?
It's with the 25th anniversary of NOLA for Down. That's all I've heard from old Philly boy.
Now, we need to be moving along. Shit, we're getting this is starting to get out of hand. Before we get the Mead update. We got Mead in a barrel. We've been drinking it like crazy. It's good. It's good times.
You we tried the IPA, the Braggart.
It's kind of a faux braggot, really, because braggot is essentially it's back in like the 1700s. It was kind of a crossover between mead and beer. Well, they started using some of the elements of beer and some of the elements of mead, even though wine was kind of the beverage of choice at the time, really, and beer in Germany. But braggot is basically a combination of the two. It's got hops and it's got effervescence in a mead. So what we did was we took like glasses and filled them with a little bit of IPA in the bottom and topped them with some mead, and you kind of get that braggot thing. So
That's pleasant.
without having to make a batch of
of course.
braggot, So
Very refreshing.
Nice.
yeah. Other than that, the rest of the Mead update this week, I haven't ordered the Cobalt yet. Need to get around to it because Troublemaker is it's ready to go, and I need to get to work on the labels. The Troublemaker. We'll see what happens. The Troublemaker label. I want to do a new one, but I'm debating on whether to make it kind of a new looking thing or to actually go really traditional.
I don't know, man. I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. It is time for the metal update, though. Before we go getting balls deep into this, did LJ bust your balls last week on something?
You know what? He did. He did. He apparently wasn't a fan of my singing. Oh, God. I promised myself I wouldn't do it. Promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Should we, let's go ahead and check in with see what LJ's got.
I don't think we're going to do it. I can, like, void his whole piece for that, right?
I don't know if he
You know,
prepared it.
I could do that. I could say no. Next.
You could?
I could do that,
You could?
right?
Did he, are we worried that he might bust your balls again this week?
No, I went and listened to it to make sure he didn't.
Oh,
He's
okay.
fine.
All right. Well, I guess it is that time then to get the lowdown on what's going down. And metal with lowdown, LJ.
Gabagool.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the metal portion of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. So this week, hang on, I figured I'd do something a little different since the announcing of bands and trying to be funny is getting a little redundant in some cases. Maybe it's not. Maybe you enjoy that kind of thing. But I decided I was going to do something kind of cool and talk about some of the concerts I went to. And we all have that memorable concert that stands out. I've been to a lot of concerts. I love rock shows. I love concerts. Never been to a rap show of a famous band or anything. But anyways, so I've seen quite a few metal shows in my day. And I've seen some legendary ones. I've seen Kiss, Iron Maiden, stuff like that. But the one show that stands out the most is when I went to Mayhem Festival in 2014 with my nephew Christian. Excuse me. A lot of stuff happened at that show. We started, it was 20 bands, and we saw 10 of them. And I can't remember, I can remember most of them. All right, so we started off with Islander, and then we saw El Nino. El Nino, we got to stand next to the barricade, which was amazingly cool, because I'd never done that before. And at that particular venue, I had to wear ear protection, because I was right next to the speaker. And the security guard right in front of us was cool enough to loan me some brand new ones. So I thought that was really cool. And also, while we were watching El Nino, there was this dude who had like super long hair and he wet it. He was windmilling and got the band members wet, and they were getting really like fucking annoyed with him. So that was pretty cool. Later on in the day, we ended up watching like Cannibal Corpse. And then like, while I was watching them, I got to mosh to them, which was even more amazing. We saw Body Count, which has Ice-T in it as a singer. And that was kind of unexpected because I didn't expect him to do metal, and he did. He has this like thrash hardcore band, which was fucking amazing. And he had a song called Cop Killer, and there was some cops by the stage, so that was dope. Then we had, am I skipping someone? I'm probably not. We saw Suicide Silence, and I didn't dig them because the fucking singer's voice is like an air raid siren, and it's annoying. After that, we saw Trivium, and Trivium is pretty badass, obviously. We saw Asking Alexandria, and that was my second time seeing them, and it was my nephew's third time, which sucked for him because he wanted his third time seeing a band to be epic, and my third time seeing a band was Five Finger Death Punch, so I was happy about that. but they didn't go with this show. So after Asking Alexandria and Trivium, we had Korn, and Korn was badass. They did an amazing show. I love Korn. They also crowd surfed me. My nephew turned to me. He goes, "Hey, you want to crowd surf?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I went ahead and jumped up on this dude's shoulders, and my nephew forced me up there. And I got crowd surfed all the way to the front of the stage. I pointed to John. He pointed to me. I was like, "Ah!" So then they handed me down the barricade. And I'm running to the left of the stage trying to high-five all the security guards going back to the pit. And no one does except the very last one. So that was cool. They ran it back over to my nephew. And then they were throwing shit in the audience, like drumsticks and picks and shit at the end of the show. And I tried to catch a drumstick. The drummer pointed at me and threw a drumstick. And it hit me in the face because I swiped too soon. Well, it hit me in the forehead. Cracked off my forehead, spun in the air, and the dude behind me caught it. And I thought he would be cool and give it to me, but he didn't. So then finally we had Avenged Sevenfold. And Avenged Sevenfold, I've seen them once before in Tulsa, Oklahoma with my friend Leroy. And they put on an amazing show there. That was whenever they were promoting their Nightmare album, right after the Rev died. So this one, it was Hail to the King, I believe they were supporting. And it was an amazing show. They did some really cool shit. Lots of pyros. They closed the show with A Little Piece of Heaven, which is now my favorite Avenged Sevenfold song. And then we went home. It was a really badass, memorable concert. There are many other concerts I went to that are super memorable, but that one sticks out for just the amount of bands I saw and the quantity and quality of stuff they performed. So yeah, I had a really good time. I've gone to shows, and nothing's happened, but just the band has captured the moment. There's been bands where like I've gone to see them and distracting crap has happened. I think I mentioned one where like I went with my ex and a couple friends, and they were moshing in front of us. And when I turned around to warn her to step back, one of them fell, pinned my leg, and I headbutted her in the face.
Ooh.
That was that was like 2011 or 2010, something like that. But anyways, my question is, what is your guys' favorite or most memorable concert, and what happened? So let me know in the comments below. And if you guys are at the Mead Hall, I'm talking to you, Kevin and Brandon, let me know. Just talk over me or something. Let me know how it was. See you guys. Peace. Hey, Beavis. Yeah. Let's go score with chicks.
Very refreshing and effervescent, just as Braggett would be.
I don't think I could go to a concert that had 20 bands at it. Because I'd feel like I'm always missing out on something.
So his question is what? What's the best?
If not your best, because we have talked about our best concert experience, which of course is Tool.
Right.
But if I can, like memorable, I can go with. But I have a concert experience that's memorable, but not because of the concert. We were going to go see Drowning Pool.
Okay.
And it was back when Ozfest was a huge, huge thing. And it was a day off between Albuquerque and Dallas, I want to say. So some bands would stop off in Lubbock and do something called the Off Fest, which is a bunch of bands are like, yeah, we got a day off, but we kind of want to make some money and rock.
Right.
A lot of the smaller bands, but occasionally some big ones would show up. We decided to go when Drowning Pool had really, like, Bodies was one of the biggest fucking songs on the radio after they let them play it on the radio again. Because after 9/11, they're like, no, we can't fucking play that shit, dude.
Yeah.
We have to shut it down. So thankfully they had other singles outside of that. But Bodies, that was their biggest hit.
So quintessential for sure.
So we're getting ready. Man, I'm getting pumped because that's like one of my favorite bands at the time. I'm like 20... No, I'm 19. 19 years old. Very impressionable. And 3 days before the concert, the lead singer is found dead in his tour bus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was so tragic. I
was like, oh, my, you got to be fucking kidding me, man. Because, like, this chunky dude kind of reminded me of me. without any. Only I didn't have the talent and stuff. Well, I was about to say hooker. A stripper at Nibbles in Lubbock told me so I took it as fact for many years.
Yeah, as you do, because they're the sages of our time.
And I'd always see her at these concerts, and she would usually be with someone from one of the bands that night.
Is she the one that would come out and dance to Stinkfist?
She wouldn't dance. She was the bartender kind of gal.
Oh, okay.
She'd come out and like rub her titties in your face for a little
Right.
money, but she'd never get up there and dance.
Okay.
And she was also probably the hottest girl there. So there was good reason for it. Apparently she had more to give than just,
Clearly.
The old bottom terrorist area. So, but it got better because instead of that, Rob Zombie was coming. Like, that's your new main event. Like, oh, shit. Never seen Rob Zombie before. Seen White Zombie once. Never seen Rob Zombie before.
God, you lucky shit. Yeah, I never saw White
Like
Zombie either.
97.
Yeah.
So we get in my 1994 Ford Probe. And I'd never driven personally to Lubbock before.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you were
it was
quite
a
young then.
New experience for me. I'd been to Lubbock, but I've never had the experience or pleasure of driving in Lubbock. So we get on the loop, and I'm basically taking the longest way to find 19th Street. I realized after the fact of everything that occurred.
Well, yes, this was before, like Google Maps and shit,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Long before it. Long before it.
Yeah, you better have printed your map instructions off, right?
And I was like, we just turn left on 19th and keep going until we see the pavilion, right? Yeah, we went the absolute. No, I got plenty. I planned ahead. So we're going down the loop, and I'm like kind of stressful and stuff. I've never driven in that kind of traffic
Yeah,
before.
it's stressful if you haven't.
And I get more focused on my speed and not hitting other cars when my friend in the passenger seat yells, "There's our exit, bro!" And just out of instinct, because I was freaking out and anxious already, I try to make that exit going about 65 miles an hour. Now, this is the 19th Street exit back then when it's an under. You come back around underneath.
Right.
There's not, and after that, it's fucking slow death. Thankfully, the Ford Probe is a very aerodynamic vehicle, and there was a lot of sand. And after it, just ran through the barricade.
Oh.
Just fucking hit it going. I got it maybe down to 50 before we made contact.
Jesus.
But there was so much fucking sand there that we didn't just go straight off, probably taking air and probably killing everybody in there, including myself. I was in such shock that everybody's like, "Man, we got to get out of here," and call somebody. I'm like, "Nah, everybody get back in the car. We're out of here." And I was just trying to get us out. Of course, that fucking car is going nowhere.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
But the adrenaline rush is just too much.
So the cops come. They realize I'm not drunk. I'm just a fucking idiot. And get a cab that I pay for because I feel like it's my place to, now that all my friends are still alive. And we go to the concert, and I proceed to just not give a fuck. Because everybody's having a good time because they'll have a car when they get back to Talis. And
But
mine will
not
have to
you.
be brought from fucking
Towed all the
92
way
miles
from
away.
Lubbock, yeah. But not cheap. Probably not cheap.
Always get towing in your insurance, kids.
Everybody,
yes.
everybody in Lubbock drives so much like shit, I'm shocked anybody noticed.
It took cop I think a cop just drove by and saw like, what the fuck is this? Fucking purple aerodynamic coupe just fucking buried in the dirt.
Yeah.
Fat redheaded kid freaking out, screaming. Everybody else just glad they didn't break a limb.
Right.
So there you go, LJ. There's your memorable fucking concert experience.
Best concert experience for you? Doesn't have to be metal.
Oh gosh. I would say most memorable is probably my first big one, and that would have been I think it was Jimmy Eat World and Blink-182, and there was someone else in there too. But I don't remember.
I'm assuming it's
Green Day,
about
maybe?
3 doors
Down.
down.
It's probably 1999?
I was in middle school, so I was 12 or 13. So yes.
What was this?
Maybe.
Ot 1, Ot 2.
Let's think, because 99, my brother born in 99? Yeah, I was 11. So it was 2000 or 2001 probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is kind of a weird one because mine will come down to experiences.
Okay.
Deep Purple was fucking awesome in El Paso when they were on the Perfect Strangers tour. I went with my brother Daryl and his girlfriend and their friend Sean. And that was a really good experience, but that one's not the one that probably stands out the most.
Yeah.
Probably the one that stands out the most to me was probably actually the one right after that I went to, and that was Iron Maiden on their Power Slave tour. Yeah, well, but it was 3 acts. The first act was Wasp. The second act was Rat, and the third act was Iron Maiden. I wasn't there to see the first 2. I didn't fucking even care about any of that shit. And they did what they would normally do in rock radio back in the day. Whenever a band was coming to town, like one of the opening acts you may have not have heard of before, they start playing the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that for Rat been pre-Round and Round though?
85?
I think Round and Round was after, like 85 or after.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I didn't give 2 shit. Rat was one of those that fucking idiots listen to. I'd separated myself from him. That's... If you're listening to Rat back in those days, you might as well be listening to Winger. I mean...
Ooh, dude, don't... I mean,
Yeah.
Come on. If you had to pick between Winger and Rat, I'm going Rat every day.
Yeah.
They wrote a song about fucking banging young broads. That ain't
that's
right.
a good time.
Yeah. It's not even a good song either.
Oh,
No.
that's not fun.
Now the one funny experience out of this. So the radio was trying to play Wasp, and they're
Nope,
big.
never mind. 84. You're right.
Okay. The big hit for Wasp, the one and only hit they ever had, was a song called "Fuck Like a Beast." And trying to work that into radio play in El Paso, I think they were a little challenged on KLAQ back in the day.
I thought it was "Fuck You Like a Hurricane."
No,
No, that was Scorpions, right?
I think that was rock, but you're right. Yeah.
Oh,
But-
never mind.
But anyway, so the funny thing is, so I think I'm like either really late middle school, maybe early high school. I think it was late middle school, though. I think I was like 9th grade, something like that. I'm going, and this show is like a week, maybe 2 weeks after Deep Purple, I think. But anyway, I see a dude I know from school, because we're both probably fucking like 13, 14 years old, 15, somewhere in that ballpark. And I see him, and I give him the old, the old chin, the old, hey, what's up, And
Sup, bruh?
And he's standing there with, presumably his grandmother, I think. Anyway, so, and they're, as pre-concert mix goes, they're playing all the good shit of the day and everything else. Everybody loses their mind when they start playing like Rush or whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Well, anyway, so the
Always
lights,
cool times.
so lights go down. Everybody starts getting really happy, because we know the opening act is getting ready to come out, and it's Wasp, and they do. They come out. I don't know these fools. Don't care to know these fools. I'm just looking forward to the moment when I can forget them within about 45 minutes.
Kind of like Killing Joke.
Man, it's... Well, anyway, so they play. Well, of course their big song is "Fuck Like a Beast," and that's their last one they go out on. So that way they can get everybody all pumped up about their current hit, which turns out to be their only hit.
Did Wasp come out after Rat?
Yeah. No, Wasp was the opener.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes this story even worse.
Yeah. So then they get done, and the lights come up, and I look over for that friend of mine from school. They're nowhere to be found.
Oh, shit.
Apparently, Grandma didn't care too much for the "Fuck Like a Beast" whole thing there. And I look up, and I see them on their way out of the El Paso Coliseum.
And they left you
They
there?
left. No, I didn't come with them, though.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, oh my god.
It's one of those
No,
freak
no.
occurrences of running into someone you know at a
God,
concert.
I'm so glad.
I
was like,
hitched a ride. That was good.
Okay,
That was
very
good.
good. Okay.
But,
He was safe about it.
yeah.
Yeah,
But that was pretty bizarre to me. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
And I thought in the back of my mind then, it's like, I'm gonna have to ask this asshole on Monday what he thought of Iron Maiden, because I know he didn't get to see him. So.
interesting.
Ooh. How do you
Oh, I guess
how do you handle
you know
that?
what? Experientially, I think it was a My Chemical Romance concert because I got to stage dive for the first time, and that was epic. 'Cause it was in a
Oh, so this
small
had to be
venue.
before Dimebag Darrell was killed.
Probably.
Yeah.
Can't do that shit
Let's
no more.
see. This would have been high school, so we're talking. Let's see, and I was in Illinois, so that would have been probably 04, 03, 04.
Yeah,
That's right around the time.
Okay.
yeah, he got blown away in 05.
Yeah. Was it Great White, I guess? Was that in 2003, 4, something like that?
Great White burned the
Oh,
house
I
down.
know. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't.
It was like
And
back
this
in the...
might have been after that, actually, because I vaguely remember that, but it was just like.
I don't know, but there was a couple of years in the aughts that were terrible.
Yeah.
Between Great White and that whole shit, at the what was it, the Outpost, I want to say, or something like that in Rhode Island, and then like not long after that, and Dimebag gets shot.
Yeah. What do you think's worse as far as overall atrocity? The murder of John Lennon or the murder of Dimebag Darrell?
The murder of Dimebag Darrell all day.
I absolutely. It not taking away from the death of John Lennon, just the overall impact it had. 'Cause Dimebag was killed on stage.
On stage, yeah.
In front of people.
Oh, see, I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah.
And
It shows
not-
my ignorance. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I knew he was shot. I just didn't know
a military vet who thought Pantera broke up. Like he wanted Pantera to get back together,
Right.
And felt like when Pantera was together, they were writing lyrics about him, and snapped at one point and just got a shotgun and blew Dimebag's face off in front of about 300 people.
Yeah.
Killed a couple other people too.
Yeah,
They-
that's
that
terrible.
morning on that news, they're running the video of that.
Yeah,
You know, like
that's a hard
crazy.
watch.
And that's the last. But man, it was like after that morning, it's I haven't seen it again.
I still
Nor
can't
do
watch.
I don't want to see it.
I can't. I can watch the Pantera Behind the Music documentary
Yeah.
up until that point, because then it's just I can't deal with it. I always weep. I openly weep for a man I never knew getting his face blown off by somebody. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean with the John Lennon thing. I mean Mark David Chapman, another crazy dude, right?
Sure.
And guns down John Lennon out in front of his like townhouse there in New York or whatever. And I think he had a son with him, right? I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't recall.
That
I don't know.
idea.
The,
I don't know.
the
enough.
downside is he didn't have his wife with him because really I feel this could have taken a positive turn.
Okay.
Come on, nobody likes Yoko
Hey.
Ono.
No, but it would have benefited nobody, except the fact that maybe John Lennon's still be around and maybe write songs about it. That'd be the
guess.
only benefit.
But you heard the shit he was putting out right before he got shot,
Yeah,
right?
Double Fantasy album, right?
Yeah.
I never got John Lennon's post-Beatles career. Working Class Hero is a good song. I dig that song. Pretty good. But I also
so
like...
watching the wheels ain't your shit?
I like We Didn't Start the Fire by fucking Billy Joel, too.
I love that song.
I usually tend to enjoy
also,
big guys, smaller hits. Or like dumber hits.
We had to do an assignment in middle school over that song. So each of us got a piece of that song. So I did Sputnik.
Oh.
So, like, yeah, I just have really
You had
fond
a-
memories of that song for some reason
You're
because
like a
of
really
that assignment.
you had a hip teacher. Wow.
Yeah, no, it was
that
the
is pretty
shit.
cool.
I was like, hell yeah. So it was just really cool.
That's pretty cool song.
Yeah, I had really good. This was in San Antonio. I had good. My middle school education was top fucking notch.
There you go.
Really good
You
education.
can take that, bite the skis of it,
And you-
have them dissect "Walk" by Pantera.
We watched Glory in my Texas education class. Like, this was very progressive school that I
Wow.
went to. Yeah, and I was in middle school, so
Well, we need to get these wheels moving round and
Sorry,
round and
guys.
round. No, we're on time. I just don't want to
we're
fall
fine.
way behind.
Yeah, we fine.
We do
We
have
only got one big MMA thing to talk about anyway.
yeah. Are you done with the metal side of shit for the day? And
The only cool thing I can add is the soundtrack for Bill and Ted Face Music has been announced, and it looks pretty dope. Lamb of God's on it.
Okay.
Fucking Mastodon with a new song is on it.
okay,
Cool. Weezer with a new song. Pretty cool.
depends on the Weezer
yeah,
we get.
I was like, which
It's like,
one?
it's like I feel like I need to be excited and disappointed at the same time.
Yes.
And two Wild Stallions songs featuring...
Hard pass. Hard pass.
This sounds to me like it's going to be... Because it says featuring animals as leaders. And that's a pretty stout band.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it's probably like maybe Keanu singing or something. Because isn't Bill the lead guitar player? And Ted's kind of the rhythm guitar player?
Maybe I don't.
That's
man,
how I
don't-
always had him pegged, because I don't think Bill has a good singing voice. I feel like Ted could.
Maybe
I've never heard him sing. That's the problem.
I don't know, man. I legitimately, it's been
Yeah, it's been.
it's been 90s, mid 90s, I think, since I watched Bill and Ted.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's going to have to be a choice on a Sunday evening.
No, we only
one
watch
day.
good movies on Sunday, though.
Yeah, no, that's why we'll watch both
get-
of them.
we get
to really
really-
appreciate the
We
beauty,
can watch on like
you
a,
have to watch them back to back.
we can watch it on a Friday night about midnight. We can throw it
Perfect, because Bill and Ted Face Music comes out the same day as S&M 2. So that's probably going to be like a solid 4
Sounds like
hours
you're
of
gonna have to
amazing
get a
things.
nap in somewhere.
I don't even know how to spell nap.
Let's move along to MMA because we got a big fucking pay-per-view event tomorrow, UFC 252.
Big, really, for maybe 2 fights.
Well, those fights are huge, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with UFC 251. If we'll remember, we weren't terribly excited about anything except the main and the co-main.
And they paid off. And the prelims actually really helped out too. They were pretty good.
Yeah, prelims are, you don't know what you're getting.
No. Yeah. And they're not really a super great bearing as to how great the rest of the card will be. You just need to be happy you got some good fights for free. But all right, 3. There are 3 fights. I'll lament Sean O'Malley is fucking someone to talk about now.
Yeah. I mean, you do have to hope for him to get his first loss somewhere, right?
I don't know.
If you're a real slacker, that might be your boy.
Here's the problem I have is Uncle Dana's protecting this boy because he's clamored on and on like he wants a ranked opponent because now he's 14th.
Right.
He's fighting Marlon Vera, who is not ranked.
Still, that's the whole thing. It's like, man, they keep saying, we're finally going to throw him somebody. I'm waiting for them to throw him somebody.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What happens if they keep throwing him what they view to be fluff and when the guy puts him on his ass and kind of ends his run?
That's
Quick
the problem.
knockout will do that. But if Marlon or Sean O'Malley pulls it off the same way he knocked out Eddie Wineland, which that was a pretty disgusting knockout for Eddie.
Yeah, but Eddie Wineland needs to retire. That guy, I was saying that shit like 5 years ago.
That guy fought Barao for the belt many, many moons ago.
Yeah. The funny thing is, so it all gets underway tomorrow, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, with 2 different fights. And I think it's hilarious because there are no fighter profile photos for any of these.
Oh, yeah, you have to go to the actual UFC website to see what these people look like.
Yeah, it's so... As much as I really don't care about those, I really care even less, so it makes it handy.
See, I have to see them over here.
Thing? Why did they do that?
Whenever it's usually somebody brand new, newly signed, they don't have their photo yet.
Well, man,
so.
you don't know Kai Kamaka?
No.
You don't know Parker Porter?
Chris Dickhouse?
Now, Chris Dickhouse, I'm a huge fan of Chris Dickhouse. Because he goes straight up brick Dickhouse.
The prelims are interesting. They're intriguing to me. I'm not so much because of Ashley Yoder, because that one's going to be what a way to kick off the prelims with a snooze on that one for the women's strawweight on that. But I'm not terribly familiar.
Verna Jandaroba's fighting again. I only remember her because she has a very, very, very lazy eye. Super lazy eye, man.
And she's fighting Felice Herrig. So
funny thing is, though, she is a 3-1 favorite.
Yeah,
not Felice.
No, I saw the betting lines. I mean, Felice is getting no respect out of Vegas, so
Well, she's another one of them. These pretty ladies that kind of want fighting to be a secondary career because they make a lot more money on Instagram.
I don't know about Felice though. She's
been making money on that.
Oh yeah,
I
know.
A fighter.
But her man, I used to follow her on Instagram. It's a hard follow because she posts like 30 times a day. But on top of that, she's not. She's weird.
I ruined her for you.
She looks really attractive.
Okay.
Sometimes. And
Depends on the light or what?
It's bizarre. She's Two-Face. Because then you'll see her like, she'll post like 5 minutes later, and it's basically she's wearing the same thing, got the same, everything's the same, and it's like, oh my god, what the hell happened to her? It's a bizarre, weird Seinfeldian.
It's meth mouth.
Yeah,
she has meth mouth.
Yeah, she's got an odd mouth on her. If she holds her mouth just right and smiles, okay, cool. But when she like starts talking, it's like I
don't think she has any teeth in her mouth.
Yeah. Oh, with that, then my Android just hey, what's up? How can I help you?
What do you need today? I heard meth mouth.
Jim Miller fighting somebody I've never heard of, but Jim Miller just fought a few weeks ago, didn't he? Seems like
he's another one of those making a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Well, why not? He's getting that Reebok money. He's got a 32-14 record. I know he's getting paid.
I'd like to see him win. I like seeing the old guard do well. You know?
Yeah, because they aren't going to be around for long. But anyway, so that's
especially your name, Betch Koea.
Yeah, she's been cut. I didn't realize they'd cut Tai Tuivasa as well.
Oh, no shit. Damn. Well, they don't like too many Kiwis on their league, bro.
Heavyweight isn't as thin as the heavyweight division is. Oof. And they cut that kid that sat down and didn't come back in to fight.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Quit on the stool, man. You don't deserve to be in the elite.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Go back down and hone your craft.
Suck it up, get back in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
I'm
just-
sorry.
his-
No, I don't agree with that at all.
He was telling his corner, he's like, I don't want to go back. They're like, you got to go back. You got to go back.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, don't back out till the end.
Well-
Like at least see it through. Like,
Yeah, and that's the whole
haven't-
thing. They were waiting for the third round to begin, final round.
Exactly.
And this is they're and
What
see, and
the
everybody was on his
hell?
corner really hard, saying, "Dude, how dare you tell that kid to go back in and
No,
fight?"
I disagree.
No, but his corner went, no. I know this fighter. I've worked with this fighter. I know that he has a propensity to want to quit.
Yeah.
And
you
I was
needed
telling
to
him,
see it
you know,
through.
yeah.
Exactly. No, you need to.
All right, main card. Now here we go on to the pay-per-view. Kicks off 8:00 Mountain Time tomorrow from the Apex Center in Las Vegas, Sin City, Nevada. John Dodson, Albuquerque's own, fighting against Merab Valishvili.
I like John Dodson.
I don't mind him, but he is an Albuquerque guy.
Yeah, but he's one of those, like, so is Carlos Condit. I'm a big fan of his. I feel like he's done, much like I think John Dodson's probably done.
Yeah.
But I don't hold the fact that he's an Albuquerque fighter against him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's after Cerrone had basically laid it out there what they were doing up there at that academy. I've been kind of tone deaf to anything they put out of Jackson Wink. So
Yeah.
let's see, we got Herbert Burns, who just fought a few weeks ago on Fight Island.
And who did not make weight.
Oh, that's going to be a
Beefed
problem.
it by 3.5, I think.
Oh shit! So he gave the full Brazilian effort of like, fuck it.
Nah. Give me them French fries, bitch.
Herbert Burns fighting against Daniel Pineda.
Herb Burns still the favorite.
Oh yeah, Pineda's a veteran though. This is actually one for Herbert Burns with an 11-2 record, coming and facing dudes fucking had like 40, 41 fights in the professionally. That's going to be a good test for him.
Right. Absolutely.
Man, this is the one I'd kind of like to get your take on it. Because you got Junior Dos Santos, who doesn't fight like a heavyweight. That dude acts like he's got something in the tank all the time.
Yeah, if he could fight at light heavyweight if it wasn't such a ridiculous weight cut.
But he's fighting against Urino Rosenstruik, who had got leveled by Ngannou a few months ago.
Hard.
Very hard.
Junior's not going to bring that power.
No.
It's volume he brings.
Yeah, but that's the matter. Do you think he can eat some shit from Rosenstruik?
No, not Junior, man. That guy has been through some wars with a lot of people, and more times than not, the top level has come out on the shitty end of the stick and got his ass beat. That chin might not be as bad as Arlovsky's,
Right.
but he eats one, his whole game changes.
Right. And that's really the game plan. At least we've seen with Rosenstruik every time he's gone out.
I wouldn't be shocked to see a little BJJ from JDS.
Wow. That'd be a first time in a long time.
Take him to the ground. Might be hard because that dude is a fucking brick wall.
Yeah. Got
But-
to cut to get to 265.
It's hard to knock you out if he's on his back.
All right.
I think
Co-main.
Rosenstruik first round knockout. By the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a smart move. This one, interesting as well. Sean O'Malley fighting against Marlon Vera. Again, we talked about this one, and the fact is that the promotion seems to think they're throwing him somebody. Chito Vera has been around for a while. I get it. He is a veteran. Man, Sean O'Malley, though, 12-0. He's going to get a loss. This probably is just not the fight we're going to see that in.
No. And I have talked shit about him. I've talked shit about him, I think, ever since Contender Series because that's where he got his job. I'm starting to kind of turn the corner on him, though. Dude's striking is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous.
But he's figured out how to promote yourself and get attention from the UFC. And basically all you got to do is act like Conor McGregor, act like just about anybody that's a little bit arrogant for who they are.
Absolutely. Fucking UFC 4 came out today. Sean O'Malley's on the roster. Jeff Neal ain't. And they're both, as far as like UFC experience, they're about the same. But the thing is, Jeff Neal's having to work at a restaurant his downtime. Sean O'Malley's on Twitch.
Yeah. Well, Sean O'Malley, and he's trying to prove that he is a marketable fighter because he put some bullshit jerseys together.
He is.
And his whole fan base of a bunch of fucking slackers, all went out and bought him.
It's like the Yari Menopause syndrome.
Yeah.
Your initial fans will fucking root for you and buy your shit.
And watch them be nasty to each other. It's like, I've been a fan longer than you, bro. Oh, yeah? Check yourself, bro. I've been a fan longer than you.
Oh, yeah? Pre-DWCS, bruh?
Yeah. All right. Main event. Stipe Miocic title holder. He's the heavyweight champion of the world. Fighting against Daniel Cormier, who claims he's going to retire post-fight.
Dana White doesn't think so.
I don't either. Look at it a couple ways. If Daniel Cormier wins, okay, he says, yeah, I get to go out and I get to retire on my terms and I get to retire as a champ. It gets a little harder for Dana White to make him come back. If he loses, I think that you're going to see a very good opportunity for seeing the Jones fucking Cormier 3.
Man, when was the last time DC cut 205?
No, they're talking about making Jones go up to heavyweight.
Oh, ooh.
Which is a bad idea for Jones, man. I mean, everybody always goes, yeah, why don't you move up? Why doesn't DC move back down? He's done it before.
I don't know. We've had an argument about this in the past.
Yeah.
Over Ronda Rousey and Cyborg.
Right.
It's like, why doesn't Ronda Rousey go up to 145? Well, because she's a fucking champ.
Right.
That was your stance.
Sure. And that's my stance for John Jones as well. Why the fuck should he move up beyond 205 where he is the champ?
But the reason I felt that way for Cyborg is because, like, that bitch can barely make 145.
Right.
Why try to kill her just to get down to fight Ronda Rousey and do what Holly Holm's going to do maybe a year and a half from now?
It'd be a valid argument if she had been down to that weight before. Daniel Cormier was a 205 champ once upon a time.
Sure.
You know.
And he lost that belt twice.
Yep. Yeah, now, granted.
Well, he missed out on the opportunity once and lost it to John Jones twice.
All right. Let's move along to the picks so we can start getting a little fuckered up.
Who you got?
Who do I got? Oh, and that one.
Yeah. Title fight. Who do you think retains?
I got a bad feeling DC is going to win. I'm rooting for Stipe.
Smaller octagon.
Yeah.
Does benefit a wrestler.
Yeah. But Stipe fucking really, really held off his wrestling really well in that second fight.
Yeah. Well, fucking Cormier rarely used it.
Well, I mean, I think Stipe kept the distance, though, that he really needed to.
Yeah.
Now, granted, having said that, I do believe going in, what was that, the fourth round? I think that...
Fourth round is when those body shots started adding
I
up.
think Cormier was up 3 rounds going into the fourth. But Stipe started punching him right there where all the donuts go.
I think Stipe wins a decision, and Cormier doesn't retire because of it. Cormier will fight one more time.
Wasn't he supposed to fucking retire in March of 2019?
Yeah, but then Stipe had, like, ball cancer or something, right?
I don't remember what all went on with that.
But he had something. It wasn't ball cancer, but it was something that he had to sit out for. He had, like, eye surgery or something, I think.
I don't know. But I fact of the matter is, I think safe money is on the fact that we'll see DC fight again after tomorrow night. But that is a good selling point for the promotion. Go, see, it's the last time you're going to get to see this guy. You know, and here's my other problem with fucking Daniel Cormier is he got up there and in an interview said, I think of guys like Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan and Peyton Manning, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Why I said not Tom Brady? Everybody says Tom Brady for the GOAT these days.
He's a little dumb. Too many
Well,
headshots.
yeah, I blame John Jones.
He's taking a John Jones shin to the side of the dome.
Made him cry.
But it's like, what? Who in their right mind tries to say, yeah, I'm like the Michael Jordan of my sport? God, go fuck yourself.
Those accolades are best given by other people, not yourself.
Yeah. All right, let's get into what you're drinking today, sir.
I might have me another little fucking mixed drink with that Long Ship's liquor and an IPA.
Yeah.
It's like the new brass monkey in this house.
I got some free Crown. I probably might be...
Free Crown?
I don't drink Crown unless it's free, and it's free. So maybe. Although we do have a lot of Bullet Rye left, though.
Only flavored Crown for me. I can't do straight. I mean, I will because I'm not a pussy.
Yeah,
but
no.
Like, I don't prefer to. If you're asking.
But it's free.
I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, free alcohol is great alcohol.
I got through my job, matter of fact.
I'll be drinking bubblegum schnapps tonight.
Yeah. Well, drink me some Boone's Farm. All right, what you drinking, Krista?
Well, I just finished. It was a vodka orange juice, white cranberry juice.
That is a very girly drink.
Fancy.
It's right up there with White Claws.
No, it was just
No, it's got vodka.
It was just a fancy screwdriver.
Right.
That's got no bubbles.
That's
No,
I go round and round with a coworker on this. White Claws, is that allowed for men to drink it?
Not if you're caught.
Look, I think you can, but yes, I feel like it is heavily associated with females.
I'd rather
Yeah.
drink a Smirnoff
But really,
Ice.
it's a keto thing because
Yeah, I think
there's
you-
only 1 gram of carbs in it. So if you're on keto, it's very.
I think if you're a dude and you're
Interesting.
caught drinking White Claws, I think your friends are going to start keeping a close eye on you to see if you're taking a dick.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Let's see what you're listening to this week. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that probably 5-6 more times. That Paul Bear track, it's not hitting me in the right spot I wanted it to. But
Yeah, if that's the mellow track off the album,
yeah,
I'm going to be a little bummed out. Not too
maybe.
bummed out, but because I'm not going to have an opinion on it until I hear the whole thing.
And I know eventually it's going to come around to Deftones later.
Go
I'm
Metallica
sure, so.
Black Album.
Good man.
All of it.
Right?
Every last drop.
All right, which My Chemical Romance are you listening to today,
Oh
Krista?
my goodness, I'm not. Yeah, wow. Thanks for calling me out, man. You know what?
I'm going to be
That's
listening
okay.
to Helena. I love that song. I don't know why I went all.
Yes,
that-
it's on
why
the
is
second
this?
album. So yes, literally first 2 albums, My Chemical Romance, everything after I stopped listening to. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Did you get real happy when you?
music wise, I'm really bad. I just throw whatever's on my Sirius XM, but
Fancy. Ooh.
recently I started listening to Stephen Colbert again, so that's been kind of fun.
Ah.
Oh, for his political commentary.
Indeed.
He was in Strangers with Candy.
I actually don't know what that
And
is.
now this guy is a political genius.
Yeah, it's
bizarre.
a sketch
I
show.
don't. I question it.
I watch him and Philip DeFranco very regularly.
I have a very weird relationship with Stephen Colbert.
Yeah,
I
I
really
wasn't-
do.
I'll be honest, I'm still on the fence because I mean myself and my boyfriend, have watched it a few times, and I'm like, because it borders. I'm not big on making fun of people. That's not my thing. I think the way that you quote unquote attack people is with intelligent conversation, and so when you start making fun of people, it just kind of deteriorates your argument because you're sinking to their level.
But
Right.
if you attack someone with intelligent conversation that's a fucking idiot, don't you think that's just as insulting?
Yes. That's why sometimes I just don't engage because I'm like, I can't even have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, you think you're a medical examiner, but I bet you maybe finish high school.
Yeah, there's that. All right, and let's see, fights. I don't know. You were almost. I got to give you kudos. You were almost right last week when you said that Derek Lewis was going to end that fight with a head kick in the first round. It wasn't a head kick, but it was a flying knee, followed by
Very shocking.
followed by a really hard hook. You know,
It's so cool.
He threw one. He threw one to the head that didn't land, but apparently that old timer just didn't have enough block power to get through that day.
yeah, you were knocking on the door of being right on that one. So, anything sensational to look for this time?
Sean O'Malley roundhouse kick first round.
He's going to get a first round finish. I feel.
I love
but-
his fist, but I think he's going to use his feet arms in this one.
Yeah, I think Jim Miller gets another performance tonight just to add to that huge fucking talent.
Wouldn't be bad.
he's got.
Pay the man.
Yeah,
Let him go eat the Torchies.
right. Let him eat the Torchies, all the Torchies.
Every
Yeah.
Torchies
All right.
there is.
Okay, that's going to do it for us. I don't know when we're doing another show. I don't know if you want to do one right before S&M 2 in 2
We'll
weeks.
see.
Maybe.
We'll
maybe.
do one sometime.
Maybe. If we do one in 2 weeks, we'll probably have Ruben with us because he's the guy that was wanting us to do like the release party. So
If we do one, it might be like a short one on the release.
maybe.
Something like that.
That'd be all right.
Be something cool.
All right. Spirit of Drift dropped their new one today, like as we'd mentioned earlier. It's what we're going to walk away with today. And Harmony of the Spheres. See you people again in 2 weeks.
See you fuckers later.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us, Krista.
Thank you.